thought I would make an update video. I mentioned it before, but now this is a 2018 Honda Accord, and I am at almost 50,000 miles. So if you round up, I'm at 47,500-ish. So yeah, almost 50,000 miles. I bought this car brand new, so I just thought it'd be interesting to go through sort of some of the things that you know to expect over 50,000 miles. Some of these things might go along with any car, but I'm gonna try to be specific to what I've experienced in this car. So let's see, one of the big things that you might have with any car is just get those rock chips, paint imperfections. Obviously, 50,000 is a lot. One of the things that you will see is that I have some cracks in my windshield. You can thank Michigan for this. Michigan has probably some of the worst roads in the entire country. A lot of them are just like falling apart, so you get a lot of rocks and stuff. So I've had to get quite a few repairs done to the windshield. Most likely going to have to get the windshield replaced at some point, but for now the repairs have done it. But big thing with this car, some of the things I've just noticed, and some models have it, but there is just a little bit of a gap in the front. Did have a little bit of a dent that happened when my car hit this thing in the front. It was a column. I kind of misjudged my parking, but this was here even before then. But some of the models are better for it. Um, One of the things I did notice, and I'll get you in. So this is a speed sensor or the Honda sensing sensor. But if you look at the radiator in the back, it looks pretty mashed up. And this is just because you gotta get all that air to come in, but this is very open, so all the rocks and everything are hitting the radiator here, and so that's why you get all these bends. It doesn't affect airflow, but it does. It's noticeable from a distance, so it is something that I've kind of looked at what it will cost to replace, just because it is a little annoying. But seeing a car like this might not be necessarily worth it unless it's actually causing an issue, but this is definitely something to notice. It's got bugs splattered in there, and just rocks and things. So these are very soft. Like you could even bend these with your finger, but that's kind of what's happened. So I do wish that there was a little more protection here. But another place to look, like up here, you have a little more protection going in. It's a little more protected. You see one or two fins that are kind of bent, but overall it's a much cleaner up there. But yeah, this is something you definitely notice, and even from this distance you should be able to notice. But that's kind of the main thing in the front. Um, the other issues I've had, I made a video about it in the past, was that there was a rattling that was coming, and it was because there's this rubber component that goes on top of the spring on the left side here, and that seemed to bounce off the hood. I found it in the forum, so I removed it, and that has since resolved. So that's been the good thing. I will admit my car has been in a little bit of an accident in the past, where the car was hit along the side, so it was in this area. So I ended up having to take out the quarter window. I had to replace and do some body work, repainting, and so it looks pretty good from a distance. But the closer you get, I am quite disappointed in the repair work. It was definitely something that I was hoping would be better, but it's unfortunate. Things that they did in the repair that I'm not satisfied with. They used different kinds of screws, which you can see they're rusting. Even had the issue within a year of getting it repaired. The paint was peeling off from here, so they repainted it, but you can even see still, just angle it over here. You can see some of the paintwork is chipping away, so that is something that I think I'm going to try and get fixed properly, but just don't want to deal with the body shop that was here. So I'll probably do it when I get the opportunity in my hometown, where I purchased the car. But from a distance, really everything from a distance will look a lot nicer, but this is about getting close to 50,000 miles. You do expect some things, and obviously accidents can happen. But one of the big things related to the Honda that I was disappointed with was the brakes. At around 30,000 miles, my discs became warped, where every time I hit the brakes, you could feel the car vibrating. I took it to the shop, and they told me that the discs, now these are new discs, and I'll tell you about those in a second, but that the brakes were warped on both sides in the front. They said that they don't typically see it in a car like this unless there's some like heavy driving, and I don't think I did that much. I don't drive it like a maniac, but they were able to file down the discs to shape them up, but at around 40,000 miles, just started again. And at the dealership, it costs almost $200 just to get them filed. But I was able to get these new discs, which are drilled and slotted, and these are able to handle. Um, they should be able to dissipate heat a lot more, which is the main reason for discs becoming warped. So I'm hoping these discs will last a lot better. And these only ended up costing me right around $100, and then another like $100 to get them installed. So the same cost as a repair, I was able to get these brand new discs, and they do have increased performance. So I'm hoping that will be a benefit. This was the Accord EX model. I was trying to decide, and looking at my budget, I was going to get the new model, but the thing that I was looking at getting was the EX, because being in Michigan, winters can be rough. So I did want heated seats, which come with the EX. The EXL with the leather seats was just a bit outside of my budget. But the other benefit, I did like the Sport a lot, but being in Michigan with the roads as bad as they are, I thought that having the smaller wheels would be a better ride, and I don't regret that at all. I do wish Honda had like an 18-inch option. I think that would have been the perfect size, but 17s is good enough for now. I do plan on maybe getting some aftermarket 18 inches, something that still has the factory look, or something I can put the Honda center cap on to make them look factory, but that's kind of the plan. Moving on to the inside. So, I do try to keep the car clean. It can get messy from every now and then. Pretty much everything in the interior is good except for this driver's seat. And the reason for that, well, two issues. During the winter, I've noticed that this will stick. When I put in the seatbelt, sometimes it'll not click, and you have to sort of, because the button will get stuck down, and you have to sort of pry it in so that it'll lock. Once it locks, it's in, so it's not concerning. But if I'm not able to get it to lock, then obviously that would be concerning. I took it to the Honda dealership here. They replaced the wrong one, so this is still broken, and they offered to replace it, but I'm not satisfied with the Honda dealership here. So I plan on just getting it done properly at the other Honda dealership. I mean, how do you mistake that? But anyway, the other issue is that when I'm sitting in this seat, it now squeaks, and it's very annoying at times. I don't know if it's because this has the lumbar support, whether that's causing it, but there is a pretty annoying squeak that comes out of it. That's also, I did get the extended warranty, so even though I'm at almost 50,000 and their regular warranty ends at 36,000, I've extended it to 100,000. So whenever I get the chance to go to the dealership, they should be able to. It should be covered, I would imagine. Like, I can't imagine this being sort of related to wear and tear. The other issue that I'm experiencing right now, there's a noise coming from the suspension. So, over this time, and just with as rough as the roads are, this car has probably gone through some wear and tear, and that's probably what's causing the noise. So that's something that I have to get looked at. It hasn't affected the handling, but obviously it's a little concerning hearing a noise. It does seem to be coming from the back, but the accident that I had was quite some time, over 2 years ago, so can't imagine it's related to that. But it might just be something has sort of worn out. But for now, there's no issues on the dash, and it doesn't seem to affect the handling. But overall, this is sort of just a summary of what I've experienced with 50,000 miles in this car. I hope to keep making some videos. I made a couple other videos about this car, so please definitely check them out. Subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you guys next time.